It is the podcast on a Thursday, the 27th of August. I'm Brennan. He's James.
Yes.
Something a little different today because I need to take a peek at the forecast because this weekend we are trying to go to Seabreeze.
Nice.
To close out the summer before our school starts next week. You went out yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
How about that?
It was a nice day, and so we figured to go. We're like, oh yeah, crowds will be lower. That was not the case. It was
Jammed on a
jammed.
Wednesday.
It was jammed for sure. We were parking. We liked it. There's two lots, right? You got the one that's closer to the lake, that's right by the water rides, and then you got the one that's kind of main front entrance. I like the back one because we like to, when we finish with the water slides, we go out. There's always a conversation. Do you do the water slides first or do you do the dry? We usually do dry then water.
Yeah, same with us. Because then, like, by the time you're done at the wave pool and the slides, we're like, we're cooked. The day's done.
It's exhausted. So we did some of the dry rides. That was good. Went to the wet rides and then had a blast there. It was a lot of fun. At the Lazy River, we waited like 15 minutes
To get in that.
to get on the Lazy River. I mean, the Lazy River, it's usually like 1 minute or none.
You're moving, yeah.
You go
Nobody
right
wants to do
on.
that.
So there's a huge line for that. So you can imagine everything had a line, which, you know, I guess it was one of the better days, right? So, but if you're thinking to go this weekend, I think both days are fine.
Like that.
Sunday's a little warmer, so maybe that would be a little bit better. But I'm thinking it's going to also be jammed this weekend.
Oh, no doubt, because everyone and their mother
Yeah.
having conversations with their moms saying, we haven't been, we've got to go, let's
Yeah.
get our tickets. Maybe you've got passes to use. That's us. And we're like, we got to go. So one of those days. We usually do go on weekends and we try to get there early, knock everything out
Sure.
and have it before it gets
Yeah.
too long. The
Avoid the
sli-
afternoon crowd.
You did slides?
You know, honestly, I really didn't do a lot just because managing two small children.
Yes.
You know, I let my wife kind of run amok with the kids. So I was kind of bag monitoring, which we were joking about. Do you get a locker or not? For us, we went in the afternoon, right? So it was after 1 o'clock, right? So it was like a small window. We did a couple of rides and then we did the train and then got out of there. So it wasn't like a whole day at Seabreeze.
I've never gotten a locker there, but every time I go, I'm like, I should have gotten a locker there.
Yeah, I like getting a locker. It's nice. Put the phone away.
Yeah.
Put your gear away. You don't have to worry about anything.
Everything is like, you don't have to like constantly pull stuff out from under the stroller or whatever it may
The
be.
locker's nice.
Yeah, it is. We did ask for the water park slides. What's your pick? Tube slide, body slide? I'm a little surprised. I thought maybe it would have been the slight edge towards the tube slide. People go down.
A little
But,
cleaner.
yeah, but then and Abby, our producer, brought this up. Those wooden steps at Seabreeze, you're carrying them all the way up there.
Yeah.
You're standing there just holding it. Sometimes those lines are long,
Sure.
depending on the day. Last summer, we did, Brooklyn was just tall enough.
Yeah.
Not on tippy toes, on standing flat foot to do the one, it's like Sidewinder or something. It's a dual tube slide. So you go up to the top, put her in front, you go down.
Nice.
She had on a life jacket, and I'm like, honey, we're gonna get to the bottom. You might bounce right out, or we might slide all the way to
Sure.
finish, which we did. We went right across the top of the water. So
that's great.
that was pretty fun. Yesterday, before our noon show, I get a phone call. It's 11:56. It's 585 something.
Right before
The
noon.
Didn't recognize the number, and I was like, I can't answer this. And then I immediately thought this is something with Rochester Regional Health or URMC and for a doctor's appointment. And then I'm like, I need to answer it because I know when I call back, it's not going to go right to this nurse or secretary, whoever. Then I'm going to be bounced around.
Right.
I didn't answer it. So I checked the voicemail because we're about to do the noon show. And it is daycare
Oh.
saying Julie had spilled her oat milk she likes.
Oh, no.
And they were asking about other options about milk. And I was like, that's what it is? So I sent it to Steph and I was like, can you take care of this? And she's in the middle of a meeting. I'm like, here I am about to do a live show. And she's in the middle of some big school meeting.
Yeah.
And it was funny that they called about that. And she goes,
Oat milk.
you don't have the daycare number saved in your phone? I was like, I said, honey, I haven't saved a new number since like 2018.
Wow.
And yeah, I have it. And
That's
she
amazing.
goes, do you have the school saved? I was like, I do not.
Wow.
And she goes, do you have the pediatrician? I was like, I do not.
The doctor.
And she was like, what if there's like some like emergency? Like, you're just not going to answer the phone? I was like,
Sure.
I usually don't. And she's like, I've got everyone saved in my phone. So I should probably.
Carrying the mental load.
Stupid me. It hasn't even crossed my mind to put the school number in there or to put daycare, wherever, for summer camp, anything.
I'm not an angel either. I haven't put the school number in there, but I definitely have the pediatrician's number in there.
We just transferred, by the way. We're
That's
going to
right.
your pediatrician, so
There you
thank you
go.
for the recommendation, having that. We'll get into some more news. A lot of times we talk about movies, and they're like, okay, big blockbusters, might not see them. But this one's pretty interesting. So it's called Finding Emily.
Yeah.
Coming to theaters tomorrow. It's a British rom-com. It follows a lovesick musician who gets a phone number from his perfect match, but it's one digit short. Wondering if it was on purpose or accident, he tries to track her down anyway. With some help from a psychology student, the search turns into a hilarious, unexpected adventure filled with romance, awkward moments, and plenty of chaos. So that'll be opening up tomorrow.
Does he fall in love with her at the end?
Has to be. Oh, this is the makers of Bridget Jones and Love
Okay,
Actually.
there you go.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, back in the day, I don't think I was ever, when I started dating, it was cell phones were around. So it was exchanging numbers. There was
Yes.
never a time in which I had someone like write their number down, I don't think.
I've got a story. So, back in college crush. Here's what happened.
Over a decade ago.
I graduated from Memphis 2011. So this had to have been 09, maybe 2010.
Love in late 2000s.
Sure,
Brennan
yes.
Summers.
So settle in for this little fireside chat. Every campus has the different buildings you go to, School of Engineering, journalism, blah, blah, blah. And in the middle, there's student unions for the cafeteria, different things are.
Sure.
One day, I was in there and saw a cute girl.
Happens all the time.
And I was with a buddy of mine, my best friend from the soccer team. And I was like, maybe one day go talk to her. And she ends up walking out. Never saw her.
Never saw her again.
I remembered that she had a pink streak in her hair.
Oh,
And I was like, you know what? The next time I see her, just need to know who this person is.
right.
Go talk to her.
Hopefully it didn't grow out.
Exactly. So probably just kept an eye out on campus.
Sure.
Wasn't going stalking or anything like that. It was like, my buddy was like, come on, B. He was like, the next time you happen to see her, small enough school,
You're going to run into her, sure.
Yeah, let's say 15,000 students, whatever it was. Go talk to her.
Yeah.
And some weeks went by, and then all of a sudden, one day in the student union, I said, oh, there she is.
Popped
She's out
up.
there like the Chick-fil-A line. Text my buddy. And he's like, I'm leaving class. I'm coming over right now. And I wanna
You
see
want
it.
to, want
So
to watch?
He walks out of his class, and I sit around. This probably takes like 30, 45 minutes. I'm just trying to like amp myself
Sure.
up, whatever. And I'm like,
Pump yourself up.
what am I going to say?
Here we
Like,
go.
You're going to be some weirdo. So I go over and I was like, excuse me. I was like, what's your name?
Yeah.
I said Heather. And I said, hey, I'm Brennan. I don't ever do this. And I never did. And I was like, this is like awkward, weird. Don't think I'm a creep. But I just want to say, I just want to come talk to you.
This
When
sounds
I-
like 2009.
I said, I saw you once. And I said, I just wanted to come say hi again.
Sure.
And chatted for a little bit. Became Facebook friends, which was kind of the next step. then.
Ah, sure.
And then it was a message later. Hey, my friends are going out tonight.
yeah.
You guys doing anything? And she had told me later, because we dated for like a year or two, that I never responded to these jerks, creeps who did stuff like this happen all the
Oh.
time. And she said for some reason, I said, sure. And so we all
How
went out,
about
friends
that?
and friends. And that group of friends, like we hung out for a couple of years in college. And then like everything else, it ends terribly, go separate ways.
Yeah,
And
didn't work
we
out.
find out who we're supposed to be with. And yeah,
There you
was
go.
it.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it takes a little bit of confidence.
there was
So
a,
I met my wife.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
walked up to her. Thought she
walked
was
up.
cute.
Wow.
I was easy for me.
Yeah.
I had no problems with rejection. That's the issue. So all the guys that she rejected, that was
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I had no problems approaching girls. So I was, it was reject. Oh, you said yes? Okay, great. Let's go out.
There was no like first rejection, then like you try again.
With my wife?
Yeah.
No, it was on Monroe Ave many years ago, 2018,
Yeah.
when I approached her. And I just said, hey, you're cute. What do you do?
Yeah.
I'm James. Why are you here? It was a Wednesday night pitcher night. I'm like, what are you doing here on a pitcher night? Kind of like,
What are you doing?
Yeah. Why are you here? Exactly. And then I got a number that way. So, yeah, no, that was
fun
old
times,
school.
reminiscing. Mine, of course, I've shared this before. Steph and I worked together, best friends before, and then boom, here we are, and now getting ready for first grade next week. with the
That's
oldest.
right.
Yes.
Back
It
to
all
school.
works out.
Yeah, it's amazing how the stars align. Sometimes we laugh about like, what are the chances, that we were both in the same place at the same time?
I know. And listen, back to that story from college. I remember when I was going to talk to him, my buddy was just over 20 yards, and he's like, come on.
He was cheering you
Do
on.
it.
That's so funny.
Never did. It was fun. More coming up on the pod here in just a second. Oh. All right, back here on the pod.
And we're up.
I was just checking something for the story we have coming up. Big story this week on this major study looking at NFL players, former ones, current ones, and CTE
Yes.
and the risk, which of course is the brain issues that just get worse over time. And from the hits, and we know what's happening to some of these former players, suicide, different things, and then they're like,
Yeah.
can I donate my brain
Right.
to science to find it? And so they're going in and looking at the findings of this, and the numbers of like how many are actually affected by this, they're just staggering. And for that, here's Alex Capriello, and then we'll get into talking about it.
This groundbreaking study helps us truly understand how prevalent CTE is in former NFL football players. Between 2016 and 2021, more than 800 former NFL players died, and 235 of their brains were donated to this study. Among them, 215 were diagnosed with CTE. That means the most aggressive estimate indicates CTE was found in around 91% of those brains. But the more conservative estimate is that, at the very least, 1 in 4 of those players had CTE. We've known the risks of CTE for decades, but up until now, it's been impossible to really get a grasp on just how common it is. Previous research estimated around 10% of NFL players would develop CTE. So to jump all of a sudden to 25% really is shocking. The doctor who co-founded this study says this needs to be a wake-up call for families of athletes who play contact sports.
Parents need to understand when they sign their kids up for tackle football, in year one, you are at risk for developing CTE, and the longer you play, the greater that risk becomes. And that is a conversation that every parent needs to think about and talk about with their child.
Dr. Nowinski agrees that there have been significant strides in recent years when it comes to player safety, like the Guardian caps these high schoolers are wearing during practice. While he told me developments like those help, they're also offset by the fact that kids are starting to play at younger ages, and other developments have been made to make those kids bigger, faster, and stronger. In response to this study, the NFL says it remains committed to ensuring that the NFL community has access to a robust and expanding set of resources to enhance their physical and mental well-being. And it encourages former players to utilize these resources to identify and seek treatment when they're concerned about their health. Researchers say new concussion protocols are great, but CTE protocols are the next step to ensure both families and coaches truly understand the likelihood that brain disease develops so they can make the necessary changes to the way players practice before their big game. In Chicago, Alex Capriello, News Nation.
Man, just the numbers. Like at the very least, 1 out of 4. Like,
That's wild.
I know. And some of the names: Junior Seau died by suicide in 2012. Demarius Thomas, that was in 21. He was diagnosed with stage 2 CTE.
Yep.
There was Aaron Hernandez and more as well. Just going down the list.
Well, and Aaron Hernandez, I mean, the mental issues that come with it as well.
Yeah.
And the Times did an article I remember a few years ago that I read about high schoolers, high school kids that started when they were 5 years old, contact football. And that's a whole decade of contact, of heavy contact before you have puberty,
Yeah.
while your brain is still developing, before you even turn 20 years old. And you only know if you have CTE with a brain scan after postmortem. So they can't look at it until you die, basically. So what they're saying is delay as long as you can if you really have that desire for football. I obviously played, and or maybe not so obvious, but sometimes I feel like, geez, there's my brain kicking in. But for sure, we've had the conversation with my son about whether or not he wants to play, and if he does, he's really got to want to play. It's really got to be his choice completely. And I will support him in whatever his decision is, but I'm also going to make him aware that there might be consequences to that.
Yeah.
You know, the injury rate is 100%, and the last thing you want is to hurt your brain.
And the whole thing is like the better you are, the longer you're going to play,
Right.
the greater risk.
Sure.
Like if
you're just going to get more head injuries.
Fan out in high school, college, and go like D3 or something, or you're great at college in D1, but not good enough to make it to the NFL, or it's a shorter stint.
Yeah.
It's better versus Hall of Fame career going that long.
And I mean, you think of just like increased irritability, dementia, things like that where it's like, we always think about like the deaths, the suicides, like the extreme cases, but just the little, like just the general mood changes, not being yourself. Brett Favre says he can't remember years of his life.
Troy Aikman, how many head injuries?
And he's like, I don't remember a lot of like huge games that Brett Favre played in. He's like, I don't remember a lick of the game.
I know. And some of these guys are just like, you hear some of them like not worried about it playing, and it is what it is, and it'll come. Others trying to maybe start wear the Guardian cap. That's not the fix. If it was, everybody would be wearing them all the time. But it's that was the first kind of video I've seen of high school kids wearing them. I don't know if I've seen it here. I mean, I haven't been at a high school practice, but I would put them on everybody. Yeah.
So how does this change how you watch the game? Because we're going to watch on Sundays.
Still gonna watch.
We're going to be talking about the
ratings
Bills.
are way up and everything.
That's the thing. Like, does this change how people actually consume the sport?
No, and maybe it works with like, we've got schools combining high school teams because of not having enough players or playing anything else. I think maybe it's just a bad view, but I think of it as like, I'm going to watch. I'm a huge fan. I'll have it on for 7 hours every Sunday until February. Yeah. But it's like their choice, like there's a distance to it, and thinking about it. It's crazy. I know.
I have cognitive dissonance, and I will fully admit about watching the sport because I know of how bad it is. And I used to celebrate big hits. I was that guy. I was like, yeah, let's go.
One of my favorite segments, Monday night, Jacked Up.
Yes.
And they would play the biggest hits, and you're like, can't do that.
Now, for sure, my mindset has changed. Now it's cringy for me.
Yeah.
Now it's hard. And like, there's still a part of me that like, I loved playing defense. I loved rocking somebody onto the ground. But now, like, oh man, it's weird. I watch it and I still have like trepidation about it a little bit.
It is. I think about it
love the sport to death. You love it.
I know. But every time someone's going across the middle, a wide receiver, I'm just like,
watch out.
Kickoffs, what they done, not exciting, but great. Do it. If you want to start on the 25 and have no kickoff, but you just don't have the ceremony opening, fine. Like it was tough. Like it's just, you can't.
Just remember Ray Lewis just coming at you, just like a freight train.
If I had a son, I don't know if the conversation would be the same as you.
Yeah.
I mean, people got to live their lives, but it's do what you want to do, but know what you're doing.
And I heard Nate Burleson on CBS Mornings talk about how these players are getting generational money to do this sport. So that's what he thought about. Like when the information started trickling in, yes, you are more likely to die earlier. Yes, you are more likely to have all these problems when you're older. But you're putting yourself and your family and your kids and your grandkids in a situation where they don't have to worry about money. And you might be coming from a place where there was no money.
Nothing.
It's worth it for these players.
Could have been you and your mom who maybe you never saw her because she had to work 3 jobs, scramble to get you to school and didn't have anything. And now you're like, everyone can get a house, everyone can get a car, everyone can go to college, and I'm going to pay for it all and have it.
Yeah.
And they will never have to work another day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Worthy conversation, but that was a big thing that came out this week. I saw this sneak through yesterday, Seneca Park Zoo.
New member.
Love
to see it.
Felix the elephant. How about that? Comes to Rochester from the Maryland Zoo, lived there for about 20 years. Now, it's all part of the ongoing conservation efforts. The zoo will introduce Felix to the other elephants over the next couple of weeks. If you want to catch some of these new animals at the zoo, Rose the red panda joining Gizmo in their habitat in early September after finishing her quarantine coming over. That's nice. Yes.
That's great. I'd say the more the merrier, but it probably isn't with elephants.
No. And they
don't have too many in there.
They live a long time. What do they have? 4 of them, maybe 3 or 4. I think.
I think she would be the 4th.
And they are jammed in there just because of their size. I love going to see them do their painting. They will do that.
I've never seen that before.
Party in the enrichments. That's fun because you stand right there, and then the truck comes through, picks it up, and put it up at Clothesline at the Mag this weekend for $500. Do that right from the zoo. That was fun.
I've seen them go to the bathroom a couple of times. That's always entertaining.
That's a tough job.
Watch out.
We got to interview that person one day.
That's got the shovel.
Yeah, and
bet
that when you're behind the rhino too.
Oh my
got that. Finally, for us at Burger King, so they revamped the Whopper. Now the chicken nuggets. So starting Tuesday, all the nuggets will be made 100% white meat, crispier breading, enhanced marinade for juicier bite. They're also going to be served in a box versus a bag. It's been a long time since I've been to Burger King. I had no idea that they were not served in a box up until now.
Probably those little bags, the little ones where you get like a hash browns out of.
Sure. Or like Dunkin' Munchkins or something like that. So there were people started writing to the company's president, and then the culinary team got to it, created the whole new thing. They said, we need taste testers, and they used kids. Actual ones.
Right.
Said, you make your decision. You got that.
I've seen a lot of recipes to make these yourself. And I've tempted to do it, but I haven't done it yet. You just basically, so it's white meat, right? So that means it's chicken breast. You take the chicken breast, you put it in a blender and just blend the snot out of it so it's a paste.
Yeah.
And then you create the patties, and then you can dunk that in flour, egg, breadcrumbs, and then you can and then you drop it into a fryer is how you would make it yourself. And I don't know. Sounds kind of gross to me, but I say that they still taste delicious.
And then you just got to Clorox the whole kitchen after
Sure.
that. Keep it clean. The noon show coming up back here on the pod tomorrow at 9.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.